Welcome back to the channel, Fat Boys. Today I am officially installing my handlebars. So here is how you install the basics of how to install your handlebars. Let's get into it. So before we really start getting into it, I want to let you guys know that TCMT did send me these handlebars and I did install them myself. My opinions are my own, but they did and they were kind enough to send these handlebars to me for free. So with that disclosure put in front, I would also like to offer you guys, if you are interested in this, there is going to be a discount code in the description down below and also displayed right here on the screen for you guys to be able to get a discount on these handlebars if you are interested. So as you can see right behind me, I got the bike right there. So that way, now I got some handlebars sent to me and this is how I'm going to be installing them. By no means am I a professional, but this is just going to be the way that I do it. These are the tricks that I have seen other people do. So this is how I am going to be putting on handlebars on my bike. I do have a neighbor that is a professional mechanic for Harley-Davidson. He does do this. So if you are wanting a professional, highly recommend going and check out Roanoke Harley-Davidson and also Black Bear Harley-Davidson, good friends of the channel. Highly recommend going and check them out. They will hook you up if you mention Fat Boy Bob sends you. But if you want to tackle it yourself, here are some tips and tricks along the way while I show you how I install the handlebars. So now we need to go ahead and start prepping the bike so that we can go ahead and get the handlebars off. So what we're going to be doing first is just getting off all the stuff that I don't really need on there and all of my little accessories, kind of move them out of the way and put them somewhere safe so I can come back and install them a little bit later. So now that I got all the accessories off, I took off the light ring and there's a single screw right down here. You unscrew that and then you unscrew the 7 regular screws that align the headlight right in here, which is super simple, not hard. Biggest tip is to make sure as you're unscrewing everything and you're taking everything apart to make sure you are keeping track of where they are going and actually putting them in little bins so that way you know where everything is going. And so that way when you put it back together, you know you have everything. Next step is to remove your fork lock cover, which you simply do just by kind of getting underneath with a flat bit, just like that. But then try not to lose that either, like that. So next you're going to take off the headlight, which is going to be easy. You're going to remove it by just this. After you've already taken off the screws, it's super easy at that point. Just lift this up and slowly wiggle out, it will come out. And then after that, you're then going to go right up this screw right here. So that way you can then take off the black rim right up here that is on the special. And also the standard Road King, there's going to be a nut right up there, remove that, and then you're gonna remove this little strip. And then finally, once you get there, you're gonna remove these 3 screws so you can remove the handlebar clamps. Next is to make sure you cut the zip ties that are holding both the brake line and the clutch line on both sides. They're both gonna be right about here on each side. Just look for some zip ties and cut those. The next thing you're gonna be doing is unplugging the switch housings. And finally, once you get there, time to take off the top clamp bar. And so now before I get any further, I'm going to finally cover up my gas tank before my handlebars decide to just come crashing down and ruin my gas tank. Okay, lots of shows have happened. So risers are not the same size, so now I have to get new risers. I do have the bottoms, but I have to get the top clamp to have to fit that. So that is another thing I'm now gonna have to order. So I ended up having to remove the sides to be able to get to the risers. In order to do that, having to then disconnect all the extra cabling and all of the wires. And so now we're gonna start removing the wires and start disconnecting all of the switch housings and all of the lights switchings in there too. and then start pulling the wires through the old bars and then start feeding them through the new bars. Let's start it.
Can you label pictures?
Yeah.
This is going to be your right side. So we know that's white, black, white, red. This is a P&A plug. You'll only need this if you ever decide to do heated grips. Left signal, it should be wired exactly the same as the right, but let's take a picture of it just in case some weird shit they do, these crazy road kings. And the same with this one, it should be the same, but we'll take a picture of it just to be on the safe side. So this is your throttle. That's what we're going to try to pull. You can kind of maybe push as I pull. Just try not to let them plugs get jammed.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Look at that.
It came out pretty clean, actually.
There you go. See it now?
That just feels like wrong.
A lot of work into it, huh? Or more than what you would think, anyway.
It's a lot more work than what you would think.
Eventually.
And so now it is officially a couple days later, and so I had to wait for a couple more parts. I had to order brand new bushings, and I also had to order a brand new top plate. And so to kind of kick off where I last left off, I ended up pulling out all of the wires and actually depinning them, so that way I would be able to feed them through the new bars that much easier. Depinning the wires was actually very difficult, so I wouldn't have been able to do it without Rick, because he does have that experience and does know the little finessments that it takes in order to do that. I just ended up having to go get a brand new screw and a couple crush washers. And so what we did is we ended up just simply installing the new brake line that came on there, and also installing the extension for the clutch cable. They were both pretty simple to do, very simple, kind of needs no instructions. So I guess now finally we can continue our adventure. Next thing we're gonna be doing is removing the bushings and putting in the new ones. Next, installing the new risers. I think it's looking pretty good so far. And total clearance, too. Something else I was worried about. And now we start feeding cables through. And on a total side note, another reason why I absolutely love where I live, it's gonna be really far away, but right there, the little deer, right there. Hopefully you guys can see him. Absolutely love having that kind of stuff out here. So I ended up having to take the bars off because I wasn't able to feed the wiring, get the rope through first. So I ended up having to take the bars off, and now they're over here, and we're just feeding the rope through right now and lubing it up all the wires, and gonna start pulling them through. So these bars are just as much of a problem, a struggle to pull the wires through as I thought they would be, if not more. So I'm going to shut off the camera so I can really try focusing and really not have to worry about this. Essentially, I'll show you what I'm doing. I have put a zip tie on the line on here, and then I have tied a slip knot over top of that, folded back a wire so that way it is going through. I don't have to worry about that. I am then electrical taping all the way up. I then have another rope that's then going all the way back up to the very top of the throttle cable. So that way that rope will be all the way up here. So that way I can then tie the switch housing through there, and then I'll be able to pull that through. This is becoming a lot more of a pain, but then it'll be a very similar process to the other side, which I won't necessarily have to worry about. It'll be a little bit easier because I will only have one cable to do. So I'm gonna focus on that. I wanna finish that tonight, and then I should be able to get the rest of it done tomorrow. No problem. Cross our fingers. And so now it's the next day. I ended up having to stop because I was getting really frustrated with all of the rewiring. Now I finally ended up getting all of the wires through on the bars, and I even did an Instagram live. So if you guys were there, thank you for coming and joining along. If you are, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well. But let's go ahead and continue on now officially repinning all of the plugs.
That button's working. That's working. Alright, start that fucker up.
Just have a check engine light.
Yeah, it's probably because we had a bunch of shit unplugged. It can go away, but it comes back immediately.
What seems to be a problem?
I don't know, man, because it's running and it's working. That's all I can think of. You might get on this thing and ride it down the road and it goes away. I'm not real sure.
Let's continue and see where we go and go from there.
Okay.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I have to get it towed or something. Okay, so now the bike is officially mostly done. And I'm just so close. I spent maybe 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, somewhere in there, of just trying to get the brake line right so that way it wasn't going to be bleeding anymore. Got the clutch on. The clutch was a pain because I ended up having to, it just kept popping. Luckily, Rick came over and helped me. Again, Rick, thank you so much. You are a lifesaver. Finally got all the switch housings put on. I was getting a couple codes, which you may have heard. Not sure how the edit is going so far, but there was a couple codes coming up because some wires were cut. So all in all, it's just, there's gonna be a couple hiccups in what you're going to be doing, and you're gonna have to do some troubleshooting. Every bars is going to be different. So knowing that you have to figure out what you're going to be doing and just try problem solving. I had a couple wires that ended up getting cut when pulling them through the bars, so we ended up having to solder them a little bit, and I believe we thought that was throwing a little bit of the code. And so just try figuring out what the problems are, try problem solving and figuring out. There are the basics of putting on the bars, which you have seen I have been doing. And so I'm trying really, really, really hard to get through this. And so tomorrow now we are going to be putting on the final buttons on the bike, making it look just as it was, even better, but now with brand new bars. So I will see you all tomorrow morning. So after messing with it for a little bit, the stock cover, top clamp cover, doesn't fit. So I think, luckily, I'm going to have to use the Harley-Davidson ape hanger one. Luckily, I already bought it, so now I have to take apart some more things and then finally continue. So this is turning into even more of a pain now. So that doesn't work either. So the risers are the wrong size. They're not tall enough for the T-bar setup clamp that I have. So what I actually have to do is I tried looking online and I tried seeing if I could find different risers to closer to stock sizing, and there are none. At least I couldn't find any. So I now have to take off the handlebars, have to take off the risers, and I'm going to actually take the risers to a machine shop to see if the guy is able to cut them down to stock sizing. This is just turning into a nightmare. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. This is fun.
2,000 years later.
Let's finally finish this. Let's go ride it. Woo!
Go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees.
So if you are interested in getting some of these handlebars, TCMT is actually hooking me up to help you guys in order to be able to get these bars at a discounted price. So if you are interested, make sure you go ahead and check the description down below, and also make sure you insert the code that is displayed right here on the screen.
Whew, so I finally got all the bars on, and you know what? I think I'm pretty happy. I did end up doing a whole review, so if you are interested in watching that entire thing, feel free to go ahead and watch that. I'm going to link that right up in the corner, right up there for you guys. I believe that's where it's going to be. And it should, if the YouTube algorithm does it right, should link it also right at the end of this video. But overall, I'm super happy. I am going to be doing a long-term review, which will probably be the next video coming on out, because I have a really big trip coming on up. So it's going to be about a 1,400-mile road trip. So make sure you come and stay and see what's going to be happening there. If you're interested in all this type of content, make sure you come and stay along. Make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. And make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.